Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with my final make for the secret book at Scissor Lane, part of Tracie Fox's wonderful Christmas anthology, because I think today, when this gets posted, possibly, is the final day of it, and then I believe we're going on to Naughty Clarence, I want to say. And I have decided I may do a few makes for that too, because you know what, I'm just really enjoying doing ephemera, guys. I just am. So we've done a piece based on Mrs. Norris's first Christmas as a married woman and working at the library. My collaboration piece was a letter from Bartholomew once the whole case is over to his great aunt Jane. And then the other piece I did, I believe, was Ernest and Dorothy decorating the CPI office. So today's one, we're going to work with this tag that comes in the kit. All links are down below, guys. Please do check them out if you haven't already. All the links where you can find the kit, where you can find details about what this is, where you can find the calendar. Please go and follow everyone and see what they're doing. So this beautiful tag was in the kit. I've already backed it, but we're going to cut it in half. Hopefully, just about, roughly, with my temperamental guillotine, which may or may not cut it in half. Oh, it has. That's good. And then we're going to trim the corners. So we're going to use both tags, but I wanted to explore the idea that I used, I think, on the piece, the first piece I did, Mrs. Norris's first Christmas at the library. We're going to explore one of the techniques I used in there that I don't really do a lot, and I kind of liked it, so I want to do it. And it really is that simple when you're crafting. And I find sometimes that when I'm doing a collaboration or a challenge, like in Creep on June, I'll start having certain ideas, and then with a lot of the pieces during that time period, be that a month, couple of weeks, whatever the length of the challenge is, I may explore those ideas further. So like in Creep on June, I went all out with flips and flaps. They were a big thing that I was doing a lot of, which I've always enjoyed, but I haven't used as much as I may have wanted before in my journals or in my ephemera. And this time, I don't know, I'm kind of working with a different thought process. There is going to be magnets in this piece, guys. I haven't used any magnets in these makes because I've really tried to make them accessible to all of you, because I know a lot of you struggle to get the magnets that I use. So there is going to be magnets in this piece. I need one piece with magnets. Now, this was the other image, and this is obviously Barty. Barty Chappie in the library, settling down for the evening before everything goes a bit all over the place. This is such a beautiful image. I hate the idea of covering it up, but I probably am going to, because I really don't want to cover the Christmas tree up either. I kind of love the Christmas tree. I mean, 'tis the season, guys. 'Tis the season. Now, these are going to layer on top of each other, and I don't know if I want Barty layered on top first. I actually wanted the Christmas tree to begin with, but now I'm thinking we need Barty first. We need him. So he is going to be a little flip, because, say it with me, guys, right in space. He's going to be a little flip. I wanted that 37. If I do it this way, I can have that. And so this is what we're going to use our magnet on this piece. So if you haven't seen me use magnets before, I just use these like little Neo Dino. Oh gosh, I can't even think. They're super tiny. And I tend to use, what is it? 1 millimeter by 3 or 5 millimeters. I will leave the link to the ones that I have got down below for you guys. Obviously, I'm here in the UK, so I can only link UK ones, because that's where I am. but you guys will probably, wrong glue. That one's turned upside down and it needs the nozzle cleaning. I want to use every last bit of my glue. So that's that one. I need to get my magnet. Pick that up. Put it on there. And then I'm going to roughly glue around it and onto it. I like to leave a space because I will stitch around this, and you do not want to stitch on a magnet. Needles will fly off. If your eyes are not protected, they could go into your eye. Like, just don't do it, guys. Just don't stitch over a magnet. If you're intending to stitch and you know what kind of stitch you like to use, it's fine if you use a straight stitch because you don't need to leave quite so much room. But if you want to leave, I don't think we're going to get that 31, you know, and it's going to bother me because I wanted it, but never mind. I can always stamp it, can't I? If you want to use like a, what's it called? A zigzag or a stitch like that, or you're going to do several layers of stitching. This is very crinkly, this paper. Then definitely leave more room. I don't mind that it's crinkly. You guys might mind. Normally I use my glue stick when I'm gluing paper on the back, but I didn't today. It's one of those days today. It's life be lifing today. So we shall see how this goes. Yeah. I also wanted to say thank you to all of you guys. I can't remember what it was for. I don't know if I spoke about it in my in the Ephemera video, or whether I spoke about it in one of these makes. I don't know what it was for, guys, but I was talking about my cat and the Christmas tree. So if you're thinking, what are you talking about? Do you know what? It was in my Ephemera. I remember now. I was talking about how one of my cats won't leave my Christmas tree alone. And the Christmas tree is my favourite decoration. Like, I don't care if every inch of my house is decorated with every kind of Christmas thing that you can imagine. And believe me, it is. From cushions to every part of my bathroom, from the shower curtain to the toilet seat to the soap dispenser and mat to whatever it is, and the kitchen and everything, every surface of my house, basically. My bedroom with the bedding and like everything. Every surface of my house is decorated, guys, and yet my house still does not feel, why am I even doing that? I need to trim those. Decorated. Because I haven't got my Christmas tree up. Should have done this. And I had said that one of my cats, for some reason, this is her, well, it would be realistically her third Christmas with us, but we'd only just got her. We'd only just rescued her. She came into our home about a week before Christmas last time. We didn't buy her as a Christmas present. We actually... no, actually, it was longer than that because I think we got them in November. So, but they were only a few months old. And then her and her sister. And then, obviously, last year, they were older than that. And all she was doing was climbing in the tree. And I could cope with that. Climbing in a tree, fine, that's not a problem. You want to climb. But this year, she's decided that our new Christmas tree, which isn't a real one because they are poisonous to cats, our Christmas tree, our new one that we had to get, that is now the tastiest thing in the world that she could ever find. And I like, literally, she won't stop chewing it. If she's anywhere near the tree, she'll eat it. And it's not even because she's hungry. She just, something in the tree, it's almost like catnip to her. She can't stay away. And I'd asked you guys for some suggestions. Positive reinforcement, not negative, because I don't do negative reinforcement, especially as my cats are rescue cats. We don't want to trigger them in any way. Positive reinforcement. I'd asked you guys for some tips and techniques, and oh my goodness, not only did I get so many ideas, so thank you so much for that, guys, but it was just fun listening to how many of you, either yourself or have people in your life who also have had to keep cats away from Christmas trees for one reason or another. And yeah, it was just such a joy to kind of, it really made me smile to hear people's solutions. One person said their friend has a tree that hangs from the roof, which I just thought was amazing. So we're going to put this on there. You've just seen me add the magnets to the back. I attached it to the other one. You're thinking, but Belle. And then I put a little bit of glue on that magnet. And now what I do is I lift this up, and that magnet is now glued there, which is brilliant, but I know it's in the right place. Then I will always bring in a little bit of washi. And if it's going to be a tiny bit visible, which this one kind of will be, maybe, I mean, it might not, but it could be, then I will always bring in a little bit of coordinating washi, because we are going to hold that magnet in place. And this is also going to be a pocket. So I do not want a piece of ephemera getting caught on that magnet. And I do not want the magnet moving, because the glue is going to take a little while to dry. I'm really going to press down around that magnet. So that's how I do it. I don't, you know, it's not really anything too difficult. You just attach it to the other magnet. I'll show you. I'm obviously not going to do it. My magnet's already attached on here, but I'll just show you again in case you haven't seen me do it a gazillion times, which some of you have. I'm just going to let them find each other. Then I'd put a glue on that. Then you work out where you want to position it and you attach it. And that's what you do. With a bit of glue, and then you leave the magnets and put it where the glue was. So what I want to do now is I am going to go and stitch around this, this, and this. Okay, so I've used a zigzag stitch all around mine in black thread. That's what I had in my machine. I was tempted to change it out for the red, but we went black. Because it works anyway. This is quite dark tags, and I've been using browns and reds and blacks, so it doesn't matter. So you will also have seen that I actually added this little bit here. And there's two reasons for that. One, I like it. You waste less paper. It gives more writing space. I love writing space. But as this is going to be the pocket, with this bit folded over, it makes that edge stronger if you're going to be putting things in and out of it. I haven't even worked out what I'm going to be putting in and out of it yet. So that's all fun. This is good. Tell you life be life in. But yes, so talking about the cat. If you're new here, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. But I like to chat, and today I'm feeling chatty. I feel like I haven't chatted properly in a video for ages. So I just wanted to say thank you again to those of you who may have watched the Ephemera and given me some ideas. Let me tell you how determined this cat is. So I was like, oh, I've got so many good ideas. Let me make a list. Oh, when you're adding the magnet and you think, how can I get it in the right place, especially if I've got glue, put it down super slowly, as you just saw me do. And the magnets will just attract each other. They'll feel as they get nearer. And as soon as that attaches, make sure it's all straight, and then you can press the glue down. I mean, yeah, it all works really well. And now we have a little extra writing space. I feel so happy. I've got my magnet. And then we have this tuck spot here. And it's not getting stuck on the magnet or the washi tape. And we can't see the washi tape, so it's all good. And yeah, it's all magnetized. Oh, I love it. Yes, I do. So, yeah, I got a lot of wonderful people saying, oh, well, have you tried this? And have you tried this? And I really wanted that. It might not work now. It might be a bit too big for here. No, it might work. It might work. If I just trim it a smidgels. Because that's even smaller than a smidge. A smidgel. A lot of good ideas, which I've written a list down. Let me tell you how determined this cat is. So I also found, as I said, I don't do negative because it doesn't build a positive relationship between you and your cat, because they just associate the negative with you, and it causes them confusion and things like that. And also, my cats are all rescues. This is from the kit. It says A Christmas Carol. If you've read the kit, you will know that it plays a part. If you've read the kit, if you've read the story, you will know A Christmas Carol plays a part. Where did my little scissors go? Okay, let's use the big giant scissors for this tiny piece of ephemera. Yeah, so I don't do negative. I don't want them having a negative response to me. I don't want to confuse them. And as my cats are rescues, like that's what we do. I'd say almost all but one of our cats was a rescue cat that we have had over. And I would like to point out, I have had cats, well, my whole life. We've always had them as a family, as a child. And I was allowed my first, who was solely mine, when I was 13. And I am now in my 40s, guys. So when I say I've had a lot of cats, for most of my life, I've had between 3 to 5 cats, always. Always. Either us as a family, you know, as a child, or in our own... I might have that over there and have like a really cute brad there. Me in my own life. Or maybe a tree. I've got this little green wooden button. And I kind of like that on there. But I also have all these amazing, beautiful brads that I just don't use enough. And they're Christmas ones. And no, I don't know where I got them all from, guys. Because I've had them absolutely years and years, sadly. And it's about time I use some of them. Oh, I've got a beautiful flower one there, actually. Got a snowflake one. Look at the star. Oh, the star's adorable. Let's have a look. We've got the star. I've got a tree. I've got a tree with little red bits on it too. But that wasn't the tree with the red bits. Where did the tree with the red bits go? You were there, little tree. Where did you disappear to? I was not imagining... There we go. I was not imagining you. I was starting to worry then. I've got a little light as well. That's cute. Stocking. They don't play a part. Present. I kind of like the present. I don't know. Maybe the star or one of these will work. Or the other tree. This little wooden tree is quite cute. But I kind of love the star. I love the star. That's what it's going to be. I may actually have to trim a bit off, but that's okay. We can do that. So, yeah, I've always had more than one cat. So it's not like I don't know how to, you know, how to train and how to work with cats. All of our cats, like I said, bar one, have been a rescue cat. A lot of them have come from really quite difficult situations because we tend to be a family that is very good at rehoming cats with a lot of anxiety and emotional needs. I mean, it's not just cats. We rehomed a blind budgie too. Like, and he was able to be out of his cage and fly around. So yeah, that's what we do. So it's not like I don't know how to work with cats and stuff. We do. As a family, we really do. But why that way? It's going to thingy that up. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if the little bit's moved over. But this particular little girl, sweet little thing that she is, she just will not stay away from eating the tree. Now, when I say eating, we ended up finding... Oh, yeah, and I was saying about punishments because, like, if you rescue cats, you don't want to be triggering them because you don't know what their background comes from. That's just my belief. Everyone else, you know, you can feel how you feel, but that's my belief. I don't want to do anything negative with them. Because I just don't know what their lived experience was before me, but I know that a lot of them that come to me have come from, you know, not the best situations. That's going to look so pretty on there. But what I need to be able to make sure is I need to be able to make sure this opens and that sticks out a little bit. I'm wondering if I can. I don't really want to cut it, but I think I can cut it. So, yeah, I was saying positive, please, guys. And you guys really did come through. which I knew you guys would. I know there's a lot of fellow animal lovers who are subscribed to me. I'm wondering, do I want double-sided sticky tape on this? Just because of the brad, it might work better. But we also found this spray at our local pet shop, and it is non-toxic. It just tastes a bit bitter. And I know, like some of you guys had said about pepper and lemon and things like that, which are all things that cats normally don't like and stuff. So it's just a little bit bitter. It's to stop both cats and dog chewing things, including fabric. Like you can put it on fabric and stuff. And I was like, okay, we'll try that. We'll try that on the tree. I don't even care if it smells a little bit. I don't know what it's going to smell of, but we'll go get it. So we went and got this spray, guys. And it doesn't spray, it's fine. Once it's dry, once you've left it to dry and stuff. And we sprayed all the different branches down below on the tree. That's what we did. Where she was chewing. Oh, love that. And that then opens. It will still open and be able to... Oh, yes. Love it. Right, let's move on to this one. And I'm thinking I want another pocket. And I want to bring in, I think the ledger, because the story is about the ledger. Got all these bits from the kit. Honestly, there are so many stunning images with this kit that it is super hard for me to choose. And that's a really good place to be because, you know, you want to have a kit that is difficult for you to choose an image with because that just means the kit's beautiful. I'm going to round these top corners, I think, not the bottom ones. And so we bought the spray, we sprayed the tree, we left it to dry, we did all that, and then we brought the tree back into the living room. And I could make this a tucky thing too, but I'm not going to. Now I've said it, I really want to, but I'm not going to. Leave it, Belle, walk away. Do not make it a little flippy tuck. Let's just make it a pocket on there, like that. Yes, so we brought the tree down once everything had dried. And then, what did she do? She went around every single branch. Had a bit of a chew. Thought, don't really like that. Let me move on to the next one. Have a bit of a chew. Don't like that. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's working. Well, she was cleverer than us, guys, because we didn't do a certain thing. We just sprayed the tree that way. We forgot the inside. So what did she do? When she decided that every outer branch was not to her liking, she climbed underneath the tree to the center of the tree. And the next thing I heard was her chewing and the tree moving. And I was like, I can't believe that we forgot to do the inside of the tree. I mean, cats are climbers, guys. I literally have photos of her last year right inside the middle of the tree, poking out with her little eyes. It was so funny because she's a black cat. It's my Binksy, if you don't know, if you're new here. She's a little black cat, and so all you could see was these orange eyes poking out from the tree. I have this beautiful bit from the kit as well. And, yeah. She climbed inside and started chewing, so we've had to remove the tree. We only bought the one bottle because I didn't want to spend money if it wasn't going to work. We've got to go get another bottle today. So this is the beautiful candle, and I'm going to emboss the flame because, you know, I'm just going to use clear embossing on the flame, but I want to emboss the flame. And I'm just clear embossing powder. And I'm just going to use my heat gun on that, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so there we go. It has, I'm hoping that's picking up. Hold on. It has a slight thingy. That is going to pop in here because obviously Bartholomew is at the library to find out what's happening. So in the first tag, wherever that has now gone to, where is the first tag? He's just sitting in the library getting ready for... Yeah, for the day and what's about to happen, and he's sitting down with his book and his Christmas Carol book, and then he's obviously here for the to find out about the ledger, and all of a sudden all the noise starts and he gets taken over to the ledger, and the ledger's open, the candle's inside the case, and here's the candle. Now I want to decorate a bit of this tag up because it's beautiful as is. But I feel like I want, like, maybe the word catalogue. This never comes off the way I want it to. So we shall see if it works this time. I'm going to stamp it off onto here first, and I'm going to use my stays on. So yeah, I mean, again, I've had cats for my whole life. I'm in my 40s. And I've rescued many, many cats in my lifetime and had them live with us to a ripe old age. And so I've dealt with a lot of cats and a lot of Christmases, guys. But she is testing me. And I'm like, seriously? But, yeah, we'll just get more of the spray. And I'm hoping once that spray works, because a lot of you had said about tin foil. Okay, I like that. Here's the problem with tin foil. She may not like to walk on it. I don't know if she does or not. But they had very, very poor bellies. Sore bellies, these two girls. They're sisters, if you're new to my channel. They had very, very sore stomachs when they came to us. Let's grab the Tim Holtz one because there's always something on here that I like. And that meant for a lot of their time when they first came to us, we were just feeding them just plain cooked chicken. Well, I wasn't cooking it. I don't know how to cook meat. Because, again, not because I'm strange, but because I am strange. But, again, if you're new to my channel, I have been vegetarian / plant-based since, well, since the age I got my first cat for me. Yeah, since I was about 13. So, I don't cook meat, but my partner does. So, he would cook them up just plain chicken. And that's what they would get fed to help settle their tummies because they have very, very sensitive stomachs. And the thing was, we used to wrap it, like the bowl that the chicken was in tinfoil. So when they hear tinfoil, they think they're getting chicken. So if I was to put tinfoil all around the bottom of my tree, she'd still chew the tree, but she'd also wonder where the chicken was. So she'd be like, Mother, I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing no chicken. Let's put, should we put a little brad on here too? I was going to put some fabric, but I just don't use these brads. And I kind of love that bow. Now, the problem is, obviously, with this, is that we're going to see it on the other side. But that's okay. So if I hadn't backed it, I would have been able to do... you wouldn't have been able to see it, but that's where, again, washi can come in, or a little scrap of paper or something like that. Like, literally, if I was bothered by that, I could literally just grab, where's the scrap? The scrap of paper that was with this tag, and you literally just, like, put it on, like so. And look at that, guys. The brad is covered. Voila! So there's usually always a way to fix something if you haven't thought about it beforehand, usually. So yes, tinfoil wasn't going to work with her. We did try, but it wasn't going to work because they were just like, chicken? No, not chicken. Stay away from the tree. And I know a lot of you were saying about, oh, distract her. Oh my gosh, we were distracting her, guys. But it was every 5 seconds. Like, you would play with her. But we couldn't get anything done because, one, we couldn't leave her in the room with the tree. I just don't want to get ill. If you're wondering why can't you leave her with the tree? One, I mean, it's not good for cats to eat plastic or whatever it is that's in the tree. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? Now, my worry is this is going to go on top of here. So I can't really make that too bulky. But no, that's fine. I also have some of this beautiful holly. I'm thinking of, I mean, the trees there, true. But do we want to bring some holly in as well and just add some interest? Do we want that? Coming out of the pocket like that. And then we would put do you know what? I do really like that. I actually do. So let's just ink up around it and put that in. Yeah, so it's not good for your cats to do. I don't want to be paying out for operations. and all that kind of thing. I just don't want to be doing that. I don't want her falling ill, but I want to have my Christmas tree at the same time. So thank you all for all your suggestions. There was no way. We tried the distraction. We tried everything else so far, and I do want a tree. So far the thing that may be working, maybe, we shall see, is this spray. Unless she suddenly, I mean, if she's going to like plastic, who knows if she's going to like the taste, the taste for this. I mean, honestly, I just can't believe that after having so many cats in our life, we didn't think, don't forget to spray inside the tree. So yeah. So, oh my goodness me. Right, I have this little thing that says archive. Now, again, this is a Tim Holtz piece. It is cut on there wonky. It's from my stash. Again, it doesn't matter if it's wonky because I will just put it in straighter and it will be absolutely fine. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Bless her little heart. And the other thing is, right, I've said this before, but again, some of you may be new. Some of you may not like cats or even be bothered about listening to it whilst I'm crafting, but I like to chat and we're having a chatty video today. And I know quite a lot of you subbies love my chatty videos. So here we are, we're having a chatty one today. The thing is, these girls could not be more different, even though they're sisters. And her, like, Binks is black, but her sister is a tortoiseshell. And I think in America you call them calicos. Let me just grab my little scissors. So anyway, yes, and there is in the cat community a term that says naughty torties, because people say tortoiseshells are naughty. They're not. They tend to be, as a coat colouring, very inquisitive. And I must say, my Toffee is always inquisitive. She always likes knowing what is happening. Now, again, if I thought about it, I could have put the brads through there. But I have super tiny brads that it doesn't matter if I cut. And I don't even need to put any paper through here like I would normally, because the outside, the actual image itself is so dark. So let's have a look for super tiny brads. I have one red one. Wouldn't it have been great if we could have had a couple of red ones? I don't know if you can hear that. Hold on. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. The dogs over the road are having their little howling session. They're such sweeties. I know some of my neighbours don't like it when they start doing their orals. That sounded far too much like Scooby-Doo and not an actual dog. Let me just find one. Okay, I found a couple. There's a lot of them in there and I would have to look through. But yeah, a lot of my neighbours aren't keen on the dogs howling a lot. But you know what? I really don't mind it. I find it quite sweet listening to them. They don't do it in the middle of the night or anything, so I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, so that was the dogs. Although when I've pointed that out before, a lot of you have said you haven't heard the dogs. So yeah, you may not be cat people, but anyway, naughty torties. But you know what? As much as Toffee is a tortoiseshell and very clever and inquisitive, she's not naughty. I feel like she's an old soul. She just sits and watches, wonders what everyone's doing. I'm cutting off the excess so you can't see it poking out. But she doesn't like get up to anything mischievous at all. So I feel like Binks, even though she's black, I feel in her little cat heart, I feel like she's a tortoiseshell. Because she really is a little bit of a naughty tortie, even though she's not a tortoise. So, although again, I don't like that term naughty. I don't think they're naughty. They're just curious and mischievous. So, but you know, it's alliteration and people like things like that. So, but anyway, that's my cat things. But I did just want to mention in a video, because I know I replied to all of you, but I just wanted to let you know how it was going. Because, yeah, I don't know, some of you might be interested. Others of you might not be, but that's okay. I'm interested. They're my cats. So, and I'm sharing with you guys. Oh, I really love that. And then this is going to go in here. Like so. Oh, I really love it. And then these are going to go together. So I am going to put the hole in so I can see where the hole's going to go. And there's going to be one brad. Stay. This just doesn't want to stay. Right, let's lay it down then. There's going to be one brad holding these together, so they're going to be swing tags. I did a smaller version of this, like I said, in one of my other makes. So let me grab that and show you. Was it in this one? Yes, I think it was. It was in this make where I did this. So this is what we're basically doing. Yeah, we're doing that. But we're doing it on the large version now. I feel like, do I want to bring in some holly now over here? Like just cut it and put it on the side like so. I just love holly. It's one of my favourite things about Christmas. It's not... It's a random thing, I know, but I really love holly. So I've got loads of random bits here, guys, and I've also got another star. I did think about putting another star because we've got one there, or even part of a star, or we could put it on here. But now I've looked at the holly and I really just want that. So we can still see the books. That's going to have to be chopped in the middle. We can still see the books and we can still see Barty. Because, yes, that's his name. Come on, if you're called Bartholomew, you're going to be called Barty, aren't you? I mean, someone's going to say it. Especially, I don't know, I can't remember. Have you ever said Tracie? I'm not sure when these were set, but I have a feeling, I mean, we've got lights and we've got cars and things, and I just feel like it's either pre-First World War or... like the 20s and 30s. And if it's the 20s or 30s, he's definitely called Barty because that was a thing back then. So, yeah, that's what we're going with. We're calling him Barty. So Barty's sitting down, getting ready for his night in the library. No, not a cat in sight because they have this giant tree. And I bet their tree was real. Do you know, I never had any problems. I used to have real trees and not one of my cats used to chew them, drink the water. And then as soon as I got these girls and Binks showed that she was maybe a bit more inquisitive with chewing things, it was like, right, we can't have a real tree anymore. That's not going to work with her because I need her safe. Yeah, that was interesting. I had this wreath. I was even thinking about using a wreath on here. Or these beautiful snowflakes. They could be used on the back. Wouldn't that look beautiful? And we have the rest of wherever that bit of holly went. There it is. We can put these on the back as well. I love decorating the back of tags, guys, in case you don't know. I absolutely love it. I think it works so well and it gives a bit more interest. So yeah, I like to add more interest onto the back. On this one, I think I'm going to add this Christmas tree. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to add it as a tuck. That's what I'm going to do because why not add yet another tuck element? Look, it's me. You all know I'm going to do it. 2 a piece. Why not? Why not just add more space that you can add a little tag or something of interest? So I've made sure that this is actually on the one that I know is going to be the back tag. So the one with the candle. Because I don't want to be adding that onto the front tag because that it's going to be a bit harder to tuck something into that. So I'm going to add it onto here. So yes, so that's what our household's been, or one of the things, but that's like being the puzzle. The puzzle we are solving this Christmas is how do we get her to stop chewing? Oh dear me, I do adore her, but she is also very, very naughty. So yeah, that will work as a tuck. Do you see? Oh my gosh, I could even put that on the back. Or I could even put this on the back if I cut it down. Oh, I could, and I think I will. Right, and I'm going to have this cut out as well. This says the Scissor Lane Library services. I don't know where I'm going to put that yet, but I want to cut it out and get it ready for whenever I'm going to use it. Because maybe I'll have it as a tag or something on the front. So yeah, hopefully we are going to solve the problem. And Christmas will be normal again. It could hang down possibly. Oh, so sorry, I knocked you guys. So on here, I also want to add something, but it has to be flatter. And I do kind of love, right, we've got that scrap of holly. So we could add the holly. We even add the holly like that. And then we could add a star onto the holly. Oh, do we think that's pretty? I think that's pretty. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Because we've got this holly scrap. And I hate just leaving little scraps like this. Because I get so many of them when you're crafting. And so I really do try, if I cut a scrap off, to use it somewhere else on the project that I've cut it off from. So that it's not just sitting around waiting in a box to be sort of used up and then forgotten about. We've also got a little present. We do have a little present. Oh my gosh, I can't even pick it up. Oh, the present's really cute too, though, isn't it? But I think I love the star. I do think I love the star. I don't know. You guys tell me what you preferred down below, but I'm going with the star. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah. And the dogs are off again. It's when they hear things. Like they never, like I said, they never ever bark at night. It's only during the day sometimes that they do. And I really don't have a problem with that. You know, they're out there, they've seen something, or there's a noise. And, you know, dogs howl. It's what they do. So, anywho, so that's going to go on the front. Tends to be when the ice cream man or something is coming down. I'm going to attach these now with the brad. Should we try and pick a red brad, or do we want to go gold? Should we go gold this time? Because it'll pick up the gold of that star, and then we've got the star on the back that's also gold. I mean, it really doesn't matter because we're going to be putting like fabric through it anyway. That's going to go on there. Let me grab my crocodile. So, I mean, this is what I mean about using what you have. I say this in a lot of videos if you're new here. I say just use what you have, adapt. You don't need absolutely everything out there, even though, you know, I understand the want for it because we all have that. But like this crocodile's so old, and I know that there's smaller ones and easier to manage and all that kind of thing. But why would I buy another one when I have one that works perfectly well? Okay, so this is going to open. We're going to see this tag underneath. We're going to have that writing space. We're going to have the writing space on the back of here, and obviously the writing space on the back of there. Oh my goodness. Look, guys. Have I said I loved it? I think I have. Now we have a little bit of red ribbon. I was thinking of using the red. That might be very Christmassy. We also have a little bit of the dark brown. We could use a bit of both, couldn't we? I mean, there's no harm in using a bit of both. But I feel like I want to cut this down. I don't like it as wide as it is. I don't know, is it going to be too wide? Maybe I don't want to cut it down. Again, I don't always have a perfect plan for what I'm doing. I try to have some sort of basic plan, but projects often adapt as you're working on them. And I find for me, if I try to stick too rigidly, if something else is going to work better for me, then I'm going to go with that something else, and I'm not going to worry too much about my original plan. Or sometimes things happen, like things rip, which is why I'm being very, very careful pulling this through. Things rip or tear or whatever they do. Oh my goodness me. And you have to adapt and come up with a way to fix it. So, you know, I always say that's what we are. We're crafters. We have creative brains, and they're also great for for coming up with solutions to problems. I mean, it's just beautiful. I think I really like how this has turned out. Okay, where did the Scissor Lane Library thing? I'm thinking of having it hanging down, but then I really don't know if I like that. I think it might go better on the back of here, but I feel like I don't need the whole thing. So we're going to trim that. Oh my gosh, that was fairly straight. It wasn't completely straight because I've seen the other bit, but it was fairly straight, which is pretty much a miracle for me. I think I just cut it less straight than it already was. Oh my goodness me. Okay, let's do that. So like I said, we have creative brains. Sometimes it may take us a while to come up with the idea, but coming up with solutions to problems is part of having a creative lane. I said lane because it says there brain, like so. So yeah, this will be my last one, but I do think I'm going to do a couple for each of the other stories. And now I feel bad that I haven't done any for the original story, the first story, The Children at the Cottage, I think it was. So I may go back and do a couple of those. I mean, this is harder to move because of this tied on, but it does still move. And if you want to write on it properly, you can take this out, but it still moves. You can still see everything. You can still get to everything. So we have that. You may not be able to in a minute because I am thinking I might want to add a charm now. I say I may want to. I have got, this is far too big, but it does say, may the spirit of Christmas be magical and its hopes brighter. And I kind of like that. Also had these tiny little buttons. I mean, ridiculously tiny buttons. Had a little angel charm. And I had one of my plastic acrylic charms, which now seems to, oh no, there it is that I've made. A little acrylic charm. I don't think that's going to go. The angel might though. I thought this was going to be too big and now I like it. So let's go for a gold. Let's go for an antique gold bulb pin. And I want to try maybe one of the buttons. I don't know if this will go on here. Oh, it will. Brilliant. Do we want to add the angel too? I'm asking you guys like you're answering me. I feel like because it's about a ghost and someone looking over, do I want the little red one on there too? Someone looking out for, you know, the book and the magic and all that kind of thing. I think the angel works well, like Mrs. Norris is an angel. So that would be the charm on there. There's a lot. I admit there's a lot going on. Now I'm looking at it, I think I want the red on there. There's a lot going on, so let me add another piece. Because that's how I work. That's me crafty brain. Right, we're going to go for the green, then the red, because there's quite a big pop of red there with the ribbon. And the berries. So I want the green first to pick up on the holly. And then the pop of red. I mean, these are tiny little buttons. And I need to use them. So we're going to use them. That's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, this is very big, but I don't have any of my small Tim Holtz Christmas ones left. And I like the fact that it says Christmas spirit, because obviously we're dealing with the spirit of Mrs. Norris, and magical because, you know, we're dealing with something a bit spooky and magical. do you know what? I really love how that looks. There's a lot on here. So let's go through it all again. So on this tag, the story, the thing around this tag is that Bartholomew is starting his nightly vigil in the library. Things are starting to happen and the ledger opens. So we haven't quite got to all the extremely spooky stuff, and we're not going to really, but that's okay. We've got our little charm that can lift up easily so that we've got all this hidden writing space. Oh, do you know what we didn't do? We didn't put something in here, did we? That's what we didn't do. But that's okay. We know there's a little hidden pocket here as well, which I may or may not put something into. And then, so we've got that. And then this moves and opens up the tag. You can write on the back of there, we've got the star. It opens up this, we can see the Christmas tree. We've got a little pocket here with this cute tag because of the candle. We've got the ledger. We've got it saying archive. We've got some holly as well. This beautiful metal bow, love it. That closes up, so you can open that either way. And then we have this tuck spot here, like so, which I really love that actually. I do really love that. We have that on there. That would look good on there, wouldn't it? So yes, that's what we have. I think I might do some stamping on this too. But let's have a look. I do have my text one from the Tim Holtz Entomology kit. I'm just going to use my, what's it called? Vintage Sepia VersaFine pad. And I think I'm just going to come on. That's probably too much actually. But again, do you know, if you do something like that, use some gesso, guys. Use some gesso to just dull it down a little bit if you don't like how bright that is. Let me show. Have I got my gesso near me? I don't think I have, but let me show you. So I'm sure most of you know this, but just in case you don't and you're new, just get some gesso. This is just mine. I think I got it from, if you're here in the UK, I got it from The Works. Just the smallest amount. You can even like put it on something else if you're not sure first, and just go over it. Just go over, because you can write on the top of gesso, you can ink on the top of gesso, like you can do all that, and all it's going to do is dull that very, very bright stamping down. Just dulls it down, and because this is tea stain paper, you can't even see that that's gesso. Like the white just blends so easily. And look guys, that looks like the other one now next to it. So yeah, if you're not happy with your stamping, that it's too dark and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't write over that, I don't like it, I did it too hard, I should have stamped it off first. If you haven't got gesso, I think really thin watered down acrylic paint would work, possibly the same, I think. But if you have got gesso, look at that, it's fixed, it's fine, it's good. So that's it, guys. We leave Bartholomew in his getting ready for his nightly vigil, obviously on my day, which was December 8th. I will leave that video down below in case you haven't seen it. I did the whole letter to his Aunt Jane where he talks about his whole experience and what happened afterward. So yeah, go and check that out if you haven't already. But I really love this as my final piece for the Scissor Lane Library, the secret book at the Scissor Lane Library. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe and comment. I appreciate it so much, guys, and I love talking to you in the comments. As you've heard in this video, we all had a discussion about my cat, so I really do love hearing what you say, reading your comments and replying to you. So put that down below. And guys, I really hope you're enjoying this anthology. I can't believe we're about to start our third book. It seems like literally only yesterday that the whole collaboration kicked off. But let's get ready for Naughty Clarence. So wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you're having Lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.